Good morning, everybody. Well, it's been 21 months of a nightmarish scenario, and finally, some more good Voyager news. Thank you to some of the people that reached out and gave us this breaking information as it hit the court docket. Thanks so much to our viewers. The $445 million between FTX and Voyager have been resolved, and 100% of that money is going back to Voyager creditors, which is gigantic. That's the news we wanted to hear. Now, what does that mean? Anywhere between 22 to 23% more recovery coming. Now, what I would do immediately is go to instavoyager.com. Make sure your address is updated. If you have moved within the past 2 years, you want to make sure that the correct address is on file. And here's why. You want to remember there is no more crypto involved. This is strictly going to be cash recovery. Now, does this mean this will be the final payout? Probably not, right? There's still the 3AC situation going on, and they're still sniffing around third parties, although I'm not too optimistic about that. But I have to give Paul Haig and the team some credit because this is huge. 445 million is a lot. It'll be between anywhere between 22 to 24% recovery based on whatever claim you had in bankruptcy. So that is gigantic. So that is great news. It's the news we all wanted to hear. So again, that means hopefully we get those funds back during this bull run. And that means that people can recover even better, right? Because I still think we have a bull run coming up. Worst case, end of 2024, but probably we'll get some action into 2025. And if you've been following the show, we've been giving you guys some great tips. If you haven't been watching, I think it's time to come and jump back in because we have been on fire and in the AI space, and hopefully we continue to do that. But the news is yes, no trial, which is great news. We were worried about that. FTX, Voyager have an agreement. The $445 million will stay with Voyager and go back to creditors. Now, when can you see that money? If you go back to the initial distribution, it does take 1 to 2 months to mail those checks. I know that sounds insane. You're like, maybe you come back next week. I would probably expect those checks sometime around June-ish to late June to early July. I'm just trying to be conservative here. If they came in May, that would be amazing. Right now it is April 10th. I don't anticipate it'll be that quick. No way I see it happening in April. I think they're going to go through all of their dotting their I's and all that stuff, paperwork. But hopefully, hopefully, and we'll put the link to the address below so you guys can see. Remember, there is no app. You have to go to the website, and if you log in there with your account, you'll be able to see an address. And as long as it's correct, hopefully early summer, you should be getting a check. And, still some time in this bull run to make that check worth a lot more. So that is outstanding news. I'm happy for everyone involved. It's been a nightmare now for almost 2 years. Got the initial, depending on the situation, 38% recovery. Now, hopefully, we don't know. This money is maybe even sitting in an interest account. Maybe there's even more to be available. There is still money with Voyager. Well, I should say Voyager doesn't exist, but with the party, Paul Haig, is running right now in terms of knocking this thing down, ending it. There is still creditor funds they're using. I would close the whole thing down in the next 6 to 8 months and give creditors as much back as humanly possible. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. For now, I'm just happy that we're getting the $445 million back. So if you go back to your initial claim, and look at 22 to 23%, that's kind of what you're looking at right now, added on to the 38 that you already got. Is it the best news possible? Well, for now, yes. I mean, we would all love 100% recovery. I just don't know if that's ever going to happen. And time is money, right? This 23% now in the next couple months is much better than 23% 10 months or 12 months from now. So that is a positive. Because the trial would have been a nightmare, it would have been at least another year probably waiting on this. So that's good. Um, I would love for them to close everything down and give whatever they can and call it a day. But it doesn't sound like that's what he's doing. It sounds like they're sniffing around third parties to see if that's an option. You still have 3AC, which honestly could take years, right? Um, but hopefully this even brings more closure to people, right? And you know, anything helps, right? Because it's been a nightmare situation, and hopefully you've been following the show, and hopefully you've been able to recover a little bit. Yeah. And so once again, I would go to that Instant Voyager website. We'll put the link below. Double check your address, make sure it's accurate. If not, there is contact information you can use. Let them know you have a different address than what's on there. Again, just in case you don't know, I'm sure you do. The crypto from them is over. They're not holding any crypto. This is strictly going to be cash. You will get a check in the mail sometime, and we don't have a exact update just yet on the timeline, but I'm anticipating around a couple months, right? I'm anticipating hopefully June, maybe worst case July. I can't imagine it would go into the fall because that would be crazy, but you never know. But I think 30 to 60 days is more than enough time for this thing to get situated. Um, and that's about it, right? Until then, you're just going to wait and get the check. Uh, but keep it tuned here. If there is more updates, I just want to do a quick hit. We'll be back later. If there's more updates, we'll definitely have it for you. The good news is right now, you don't have to do anything like last time. You don't have to worry about taking crypto off the platform. It would be amazing had this money been held in Bitcoin, since Bitcoin was down to 16,000, but it is what it is. If you remember the situation, they found out late they had to take this money out. It was a ridiculous claim by FTX, uh, based on all the illegal activity they made, that they tried to claim this money to begin with. It was insane. I'm glad, very happy that Paul Haig and his representatives at least got this money back for the creditors. Give him some credit. It didn't go to trial. That would have been a nightmare. This money now goes back to you. Look at your initial claim. Take a look at 22 to 23%, somewhere in that ballpark, because around 1%, $20 million recovery, give or take. The 445 million, it could be a little more, maybe slightly a little bit less. Lawyer fees, we don't know the exact much, but I'm estimating around 22 to 23% more recovery sometime, hopefully by early June, maybe as early as late May. We'll just have to wait and see. I just wanted to come in and give you guys the great news. Please share this with as many people as possible. I know some people have tuned out Voyager News, so they might not know this, but it's important to go to that website, check your address. I'll put the link below, because you want to make sure that that money does not get sent to the wrong address, because that's not what you want. You do not want that. Again, no crypto, just cash. You guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you next time. Thanks, everybody, and have a wonderful Wednesday. See ya.